So if I was to say that Joe Biden has caused more harm to the United States than Vladimir Putin, it wouldn't be hyperbole. In fact, Democrats should hate Joe Biden more than Vladimir Putin. And here's why. Joe Biden has caused more damage to the United States than Vladimir Putin could even imagine doing, could even hope to do. And I wouldn't say that unless I had a historical example to back up this comment. You see, right around the end of World War II, as Nazi Germany was collapsing, soldiers were frantic in Germany to hide some of the secrets and some of the evil deeds that were done and evil plans that they were in the process of conducting as active missions against other countries, especially against the UK. And there was a series of boxed up weaponry, so to speak, that was hauled up to a lake that was on the side of a mountain. It's called Lake Toplitz, I believe. And it's a very, very deep lake. If you dump something in the lake and it makes it to the bottom, the idea at the time was no one would ever find out what was there. And they were offloading these boxes onto small vessels and taking it to the middle of this lake and dumping these things in the middle of the lake. And I think that at the bottom of the lake, somehow they would say that there's even less oxygen at the bottom of the lake. It's so deep. So there's all kinds of rumors of what secret weapon was dumped in that lake right to the end of the World War II that the Nazis had to hide. We know that they tried to level some death camps and try to remove all evidence that those death camps were there, and so they figured it was something like that. And there was all these rumors over the years of what was the secret weapon that the Nazis had to hide. And I think, I don't know if it was the 80s or the 90s, but submarine technology had gotten to the point where they could actually send a remote sub, a robotic sub powered by remote control, down to the bottom of the lake and open it up and haul see whatever was there and haul it back up, supposedly. And the result was, sure enough, what was at the bottom of the lake was a secret weapon. And yeah, if they had the time to implement that weapon, they would have won the war. It would have been, yeah, they probably would have won the war if they had just a little more time. Isn't that interesting? So what was this weapon? Why am I not telling you until the very end of this video? The weapon, the secret weapon, was bearer bonds, and it was counterfeit money and bearer bonds of a high value, extremely high value, that were all forgeries, but they were indistinguishable from the real thing. And the Nazis had set aside people who had a certain level of craftsman and printer skill to produce these things. And if they had flooded the market in the UK with these bearer bonds, it would have crashed the British economy and potentially, as people, not just me, but other people who know this subject have said, it would have changed the outcome of the war. Flooding the market with currency destroys an economy. Printing lots of money destroys a country. And that's why Joe Biden has done more damage to the United States than Putin did, than Putin could. So when that is said on social media, I'm not just being a Trump supporter. I'm not being a Republican. I'm just being logical. I'm being rational. And if you can't be logical and rational, then that's on you. You have to show the emotional maturity to not be offended. You have to show the emotional maturity not to be tribal, not to be partisan. It's almost like Democrats think they're Democrats first and Americans second. No, you have to learn. You have to speak from a position of knowledge, not from a position of heartfelt emotion and thinking you're being the good guy. Because, as Plato said, ignorance is the root and stem of all evil.